Oh man, in the summer.
I remember you telling me you actually when you worked that one, because one of the first jobs you offered, and you said that everyone was having a cup of tea in there. You're like, how the hell are you doing that?
Yeah, but funny enough, yeah, it's a bit weird. Don't forget we did used to drink a fair bit of water as well, but nowhere near enough as I do now. But like there, where you see that big shed at the back, on the right of that, to the far right, was the actual furnace. Yeah. So that's where all the bars of alloy, whatever you melted. We used to work mainly with like aluminium and then have different alloys. And then you'd pour it out into a mould. Depending on the mould, there'd be a certain pattern inside it. And basically that would be made out of silica sand, and the outside is sand. It's kind of complicated in a way. Simple but complicated, if you know what I mean.
It's simple to do but hard to understand.
But it's hard, heavy work. Sometimes you're picking up ridiculous weights with only your fingertips, because that's how the moulds are. And when you lift them up, you've got to lift up. You're lifting up compacted sand, which is like that deep. Standard. On other ones it can be that deep, and some of the boxes are about this long, so like 3 feet long. You can just about touch them, but you still got to lift that up. You end up building up amazing strength in your hands and your arms and all over the place really, and everything has to be shoveled into the moulds. And at the end of the day, nearly all your sand would have gone because you'd have used it on the moulds. And don't forget, it all comes out hot, so that metal's still hot. You get a pair of tongs and you just toss the metal out the way, let it cool down. Then after you've done that, at the end of the day, you have to get all the sand, so that'd be that entire room. It goes quite a long way back, and you've got to just shovel it, manually just shovel it to the other side, make a big mound all across the wall, and then you have to water it down with watering cans, and then do it all again the next day. And in summertime, we used to start at 5 o'clock because it was too hot. So then we used to do 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. But I tell you, at first I was like, what, 5 a.m? I was a bit of a wet, you know what I mean? I didn't understand too much about legit work. So I was like, 5 a.m, what? I got to be here for 5 a.m? Man, that means I've got to get up sign at like 4 a.m. I used to get up, because I used to live 10 minutes ride from here up West Mill. So I'd get up, I'd be up at 4:30, just sling my clothes on quick, grab a coffee, and that's it, get on my bike. I had a racing bike then, road racing bike, and just come straight down. Yeah, it used to be cool though. But then you knock off at 1 o'clock. And that was cool, because you could do shit with your day, do you know what I mean? If you felt good, you could like go and get washed up, something to eat, get down a pub, go out with your mates for the night time. But you had to be in, man. It's not, no, it's got its advantages. He's still got that boat there. This boat, right? We used to say to him, what are you doing? The guy used to own this company. He owns this as well, yeah? So his dad passed away, and then he left it all to his son, Paul, who was all right, but he was absolutely clueless. Had no clue about the foundry side of the business. He knew a little bit about that. That was a cash and carry. But this boat, we were going to him, whose is that? That's fine. What are you going to do with it? It's taking up loads of space. Oh, well, I'm going to fix it and I'm going to sail it. Still there. We stuck the mickey out of him. When are you fixing your boat then, Paul? How many years now? I stopped working there in when? 1989? 1987 maybe? 88? Say 88.
So that's probably been there for the best part of 56 years.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
1988?
Yeah, you started working there, for all I know. That could have started being there about 10 years before.
No, probably. So yeah, but it's just sitting there rotting, isn't it?
Lazy out.
How did he even get it down here? That's another thing.
You know, how the hell did he get it in that spot?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Had it on a fat load of, like a load truck. Yeah.
Crane or something, isn't it?
Crane,
Waters, I work for them. Removals. Yeah. LTB?
Yeah.
Don't know. Where'd you see that?
It's like it was on the side, and like all of them had like LTD at the end.
On the side of what?
But there was a sign on the left that we just went past, and it said blah 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 company LTD.
Oh, limited. That's what LTD means, yeah. It means it's a limited company.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you another story. One of my mates, he used to live here with his mum. This was years ago. I think I was about, how old was I then? 16 or so. We had a stolen, listen to this. So we were coming down here. There was 3 of us coming out the place. Me, a geezer called John Sheen, who's now another mate of mine now dead, and another fella, won't mention his name because he's a proper little twat. So we was all coming down the stairs, and the copper knew us. Right, by now we had a bit of a name, right? So the coppers clocked us, and I was like, oh fuck, because we were coming out to a stolen car. So he goes, I said, what are we gonna do? I said, take a walk around the block. My mate was going, no, it'd be all right, this won't be registered stolen yet. I was like, you don't know. I said, let's just take a walk around the block. He goes, no, come on, just jump in, normal. I was like, okay. So he was just out of eye line, this copper. So as we got in the car, little did I know, he came round on a bike. So he came round on a bike and he stood in the middle here, right? We'd started the car and reversed it. He's standing and he's going like that with his hands up, as if to say, stop. So there's 3 of us in the car. We ain't stopping. So my mate just drove at him.
What, and he fell over?
No, he went across the corner of the bonnet. We didn't exactly hit him. We pretty much missed him.
The bike and his body went over.
No, we clocked the back end of the bike and we didn't hit him. I mean,
Did he catch you?
No, he saw me on some. I ended up getting nicked for something else, stupidly. But I got nicked for something else, and then when I was down the station, he come down the cells, and he went, almost had you lot the other month, didn't I? I went, who? He went, you know, I saw you down by Shepherd's Mead. He said, getting into that car. I said, what car? No. Because you got to remember, driving at a police officer is quite a serious thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, we didn't mean to hurt him or kill him, but John was just like, you get out of my way, this is a road. If you don't get out of my way, you're going to get hit. I mean, it's that simple. Yeah. So he was kind of all right about it. He was all smiles. He was like fucking, yeah, nearly had you. I don't know what he thought he was going to do. He was one copper on a bike. There was 3 of us, and my mate was a loony. He'd have just flung him about. You know what I mean? He'd have just knocked him out clean. Yeah. I remember that copper well. His nickname was Dibble. Yeah, funny. Why? Jesus Christ, it's always something with you, isn't it?
Look.
You're trying to change the rear?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Right, remember where we're going, we'll check from this down, that's it.